What is the minimum spend that I should be putting aside for Facebook advertising?
How do we measure success of a Facebook advertising campaign?
How can I constantly reach fresh audience with my Facebook advertising campaign?
I've got a few thousand people who like my Facebook page, but when I post anything, why am I reaching so few of my friends? This is where you choose Facebook ads objective. 3 categories, we have awareness, consideration, and conversion. Now let's walk through each and every one of the ad creation options available.
How can we do hyperlocation targeting plus ad scheduling? Today we're going to talk about the customer journey, or so-called the Facebook advertising customer journey that you can build, for your audiences.
We try to answer at least 2 to 3 questions every week, and of course from time to time I'll share tips, new findings, or new developments when it comes to Facebook advertising to help you keep up on the pace of what's about to come, what are the changes that you should be expecting. Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome into my daily live session. Well, this is me going live every day. Hopefully every day at 3:30 p.m. I usually do this during weekdays. This is the plan. I plan to come live as much as I can, but of course next week we have the 6-day challenge going on, so at 3:30 p.m. So we probably will come live slightly later, about 5 something. And if you are watching live, thank you for tuning in. But I know most of you actually watch the replay, because it's very easy to watch my replay because it's really short. So if you're watching this from YouTube, remember to smack the subscribe button. If you're actually watching this on Facebook, remember to click follow so that you'll be notified as and when I go live. So this is where I answer questions that you have about Facebook advertising. But of course, this week, we are talking about Facebook advertising objectives, because this is where a lot of people kind of get this confused and not sure where to start. So we actually started this on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we talk about how do we actually choose the objective, what are the objectives available, and how do we understand the objective, how do we use the objective right. And then yesterday, we talk about the awareness objective, like for example, how do you use brand awareness objective, reach objective, and whatnot, right? And then today, we're going to talk about the consideration objective. So if you're new to me, my name is Jason. I have helped brands big and small navigate success with effective Facebook advertising and digital marketing since 2010. So I started my boutique agency in 2010. Over the years, I have worked with over 200 to 300 brands, big and small, regionally. And I started teaching in 2016, specifically on Facebook advertising. So over the years, I have learned with over 4,000 people right now from all around the world. We have actually people from Southeast Asia region, even people from UK and all that, to learn together. So we have quite a number of insights learning from our students about regional performances and all that. So I wish to share with you more, but just now I just had a discussion with one of my students who said he actually came to my office for a meeting. He said that, Jason, your live is really live, because a lot of people kind of find it kind of smooth and all that. No, it's actually real live. If you don't believe, you can actually ask me questions and see whether if I will answer your questions or not. But without further ado, let's jump right in. If you have any questions, you can post it in the comment. I would actually come to you after my sharing. So I want to quickly bring you up to the screen over here to talk about the Facebook advertising objective. Now, I always like to emphasize, this is where you should be starting if you're running advertising on Facebook. It's really important for you to understand this thing. We call this the Ads Manager. I believe there are still many people who are advertising using what do we call clicking the boost button and all that, right? It's not really, I'm not saying that it's wrong, because I would say if Facebook is still putting things there, that means that, it's kind of like helping certain people out there. But what I'm saying here is that when you're using the Facebook Ads Manager, then you'll be able to take the most advantage of all the features being provided by Facebook advertising. So this is where we start, right? Coming here, then, Facebook will ask you what are the objectives that you're actually trying to choose. So basically, today we're going to look at the consideration objective, which is under consideration, and we have traffic, engagement, app installs, video view, lead generation, and messages. So this is what we call the action-based objective. Now, action-based objective is very, very much driven by the action that you're looking for. So I always like to bring up this screen to actually help you understand this. Okay, look, let's say even though you're targeting the same, I mean, this is actually the example that I always use. Okay, so let's say this is the 1,000 target audience that you're trying to target. After you have drilled into whatever audience detail targeting, for example, you want to target people who are, living 10-kilometer radius from this area, people who are female, age 25 to 34, with kids below 6-year-old, etc., etc. Even though you zoom into these 1,000 people, yet again, these 1,000 people are broken into different, what do we call, what is that thing called? The behavior group, the action group. You see, this is one thing that we have to really understand. Every one of us, now we have quite close to 10 people watching right now. Every one of us uses Facebook in an entirely different way. Now there'll be a group of people, let's say, who is really into liking and commenting. So when these people see any post, and when these people see advertisement, they are very likely to click the like button, comment, and share, and all this. Whereas there will be another group of people, which is the yellow color group of people, where these are the people who always like to watch the video. Sorry, the yellow one is the clicking ones. I always call it the submarine people, which is me included. Whatever we see on Facebook and whatsoever on Instagram, right? We are not the kind of person who jumps on, any so-called action very soon. But I would click on it and take a look at what are the things that is being actually kind of behind. So I would like to see what are the things back there. So the yellow group are the people who are likely to click, whereas another group, which is the green group of the people, are those who are very much into installing apps and all that. So Facebook know how we use Facebook. Facebook know how we interact with content whenever we are being provided a piece of information. So when it comes to this kind of scenario, when you are choosing the objective, especially these consideration objectives that we have over here, let me bring it back again. We have traffic, engagement, app install, and all that. So when you're actually choosing objective from here, you are actually telling Facebook, sending a very clear message to Facebook saying that what kind of people that I'm looking for. So if you go for traffic, okay, fundamentally, you're telling Facebook, I'm looking for people who are likely to click, bring back the circle again. So they are yellow color people, all right? So if you go for engagement, which is the second one, if you remember the screen just now, I don't want to switch it later, you got, dizzy head. So they are the people who are at the yellow group over here. So because these are the people who are likely to like, comment, and share. So you will smack every single thing, you see? So when you're choosing the objective, you're defining the people that will see your advertisement more frequently. This is something that people kind of don't understand. So, I always like to share this classic story. It happens all the time. People come to me and say that, Jason, can you help me take a look at my advertisement? Because you see, I've been spending close to 50 to 100 a week right now. Okay, I get a lot of likes, comments, but my website traffic, my sales is not moving. Without needing to go into the ads manager, I already know what is the problem. Probably they started with the wrong objective. So you see, when you're going for likes, comments, and share, right, you will definitely get a lot of likes, comments, and share. Whereas you're not going to get clicks, because the people who are likely to like, comment, and share are the people who are not likely to click on the link. Whereas if you go for click, let's say link click traffic, okay, and these are the group of people who will really click, but they are not likely to like. Actually, it's very simple. Okay, let me break it down to you, because these are all actually the behavioral shift over the years. So when you go for likes, comments, and share, you're not getting, Facebook is not getting you the fake likes or whatsoever. A lot of people kind of complain to me and say, hey, Jason, I think Facebook cheat my money. Why? Because, they keep on giving me, I didn't target this country and whatnot, but yet again, they come back to me. Of course, actually, you make several mistakes here and there. But the first thing that you probably did wrong is you went for the wrong objective. So when you go for like, comment, and share, you won't reach us, because, you see, put it this way. If we're actually looking at this group over here, let me ask you this very simple question. When was the last time you shared an advertisement? I'm talking about advertisement, not any single post from your own page or from the friend's page and all that. Okay, I'm talking about an advertisement. We are very seasoned Facebook users, and we already know when we do this kind of action, we're going to leave certain impact. So we don't share anymore. We don't even comment anymore. Let's say about liking and all that. So Facebook will have to find people, because you asked for it. Facebook will have to find people who might take this action. So there will be who? There will be my mom, you see, because my mom is new to Facebook. She thought that liking the post is everything that she needs to do when it comes to Facebook, you see. So you probably will be getting a lot of likes coming from different people that is not likely to be your target audience, you don't blame Facebook for that. You need to actually blame yourself for not understanding the Facebook advertising objective. So that's why I want to actually try to break it down to you and help you understand, especially the action-based objective. Now, even though you actually choose the action-based objective, one thing I want to bring it to you here is that every action has got different optimization. So it would actually kind of like differentiate or define what kind of action that is being counted as an action. I mean, of course, today we won't be able to go through all these, each and every one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objectives altogether. I wish, but of course, you can actually join my program to understand more. But what I want to give you here is, first, you need to understand what is the action-based objective and how do you actually do it right. You have to define by the end action that you wish to achieve. So let's say, for example, if you're actually driving people to visit your website, your end action is actually clicking to your website, not liking your post. It is also not installing an app or not viewing your video. So you must be very clear when you are sending an advertisement out, sending a message out, what do you want to get in return? So that's the fundamental thing that you have to consider. So Facebook put it here as a consideration category is because these are the objectives that will help people consider. So this is how the whole thing works. Okay, now even after you have chosen the objective, I want to break it down to you. Say like here, after we have chosen the traffic objective, right? There's another consideration that you have to also take into, you have to actually kind of understand and find out, like let's say even traffic, because there is one thing a lot of people kind of confuse is the optimization. Now, let's say we come in here, okay, this is traffic. We jump a little bit here, basically, all right? So I would come in and say that after you have chosen, I'm not going through all the audience targeting, basically, but I want to actually talk about optimization. Yesterday, we also talked about optimization. Today, I also want to talk about optimization. Now, optimization means what are you actually using? What is the metric that you're using to define and call a conversion, as in like action taken? So let's say when you choose traffic, when you come over here to optimization, you can actually take a look. Over here, there are several options available. So we have landing page view, we have link click, we have daily unique reach and impressions. Now, daily unique reach and impressions are actually non-action based optimization. I'm not going to discuss about it here, but I want to quickly share with you about the link click and landing page view and what are the differences that we're actually looking at here. Now, when you see their scenario, let me give you some scenario. For example, if you're trying to drive people to visit your Shopee store or your Lazada store, this is especially true when you're trying to drive traffic to a third-party website that you have no control over. When you don't have a pixel installed in the destination, okay, let's say you are trying to drive people to your Shopee store, right? You don't have your pixel installed on Shopee website or mobile apps. So you're not supposed to go for a landing page view because landing page view is only counted when the pixel fire is being triggered, which means you can only use landing page view to drive people to destination that you have control over, which is, it could be your website, your mobile app, all these kind of things that you must have a destination. You must own the destination that you have your Facebook pixel or mobile SDK installed if you're talking about a mobile so-called the mobile app install kind of like a scenario over here. So it's very important for you to understand the differences. So if you are, remember, if you're driving people to Shopee, don't choose landing page view. You have to choose the link click because it's not gonna track because there is no landing page view fire that can actually send back to the app and say that, hey, we have achieved something over here. You see? So this is what I actually want to bring it to you. But since we are here, I might as well actually break this down to you. Now, daily unique reach means you're telling Facebook that I don't care. I just want to share. I just want to send my message to everyone. Everyone will see my advertisement maximum once a day. So this is how you use daily unique reach. When do we use it? Now, when we use daily unique reach is when we actually want to try to reach as many people. Let's say if you're targeting, let's say 26 million that we're looking at here, the potential reach 26 million. And I want to reach as many people as possible. I don't want certain group of people repeat, they see my ad again and again. It's like repeating kind of thing. And that's where we use the daily unique reach. And then impressions is where you tell Facebook, I don't care. I just want these people to see my ads as many times as possible. So when you go for impression, there will be definitely a group of people. They will see your ads way more often because you're telling Facebook, I don't care, So everybody who comes online will see your advertisement. That's how the whole thing works. All right. So this is how, let's come back to the objective. So remember, to sum it up as a conclusion of what we supposed to discuss today, is that when you're actually going for the consideration objective, you're actually going for action-based objective. So when you go for action-based objective, you got to be very clear about what is the end action that you're looking for. So things like lead generation messages, they are very straightforward. But there are people who might get confused about the video view. They say that, Jason, if I'm using a video as an advertisement, can I use video view? My answer is yes and no. You can use video view if your motive is to get people to watch the video, not to take any other action. But if you're using that video and trying to get people to click over to your website, then you have to consider using, traffic instead. So that actually fundamentally gives you some idea about what are the things that you can or can't do when it comes to Facebook ads objective consideration. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You see, I'm trying to keep this live session short because a lot of you actually watch the replay, and I don't want you to actually kind of like get confused about, this is a little bit long, and we are also leaving all these videos live on YouTube. In fact, I'm actually being very lazy. I don't want to go through all the video editing and all that. So the idea is I want to produce as much content as I want on YouTube. For those who are watching on Facebook and you are not following me on YouTube, please go over and search for Jason Gunn and smack the subscribe button and get the bell thing so that you will be with me. In fact, we have quite a number of people who are watching here on Facebook and YouTube all combined. You have any questions? I have questions coming in, but before I answer your question, stay until later on. You can ask me questions right now. I'm done with my sharing about consideration. Come back tomorrow for conversion. But before I go into questions, we already see some questions coming in. I want to share with you a program that we just put together. Now, for those who are really, for whatever we are sharing here is kind of like pixelated, fragmented. I can't do a very synchronized learning with you. But I really want to work with you to actually help you do better in your Facebook advertising. That's the reason why we put together this, I just recently launched this 6-day Facebook Ads Challenge. Now, the 6-day Facebook Ads Challenge is really a program that I'm really excited about. The whole idea here is for 6 days straight, okay? Starting on 7th of September until 12th of September, it's kind of like a 6-day thing. Every day, 3:30 p.m., I'll come live with you to teach you one key thing at a time. So basically, 6-day challenge, every day 3:30, okay? You get to watch over my shoulder as I will be using case study to set up advertisement. So I probably will teach you a lot of things, like for example, we will actually go through, let me get you to that. So you're actually going to watch over my shoulder, and I'm going to teach you one key thing at a time. And the best part is we're going to do this in the Facebook group. It's a closed Facebook group. For those who are already in my group, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're already enjoying even the pre-challenge training that I'm giving to you every night right now. Okay, so it's really a very interesting group that is coming in shape right now. So I will give you one key learning a day, and you need to go back and do your homework. So the difference here is that, for those who have been through my learning in the physical class and all that, last time, because of a lot of restrictions, you travel here, we got to maximize the whole day that we spend together. So I will have to do my best to deliver. However, you don't get to practice fast enough. So you probably will just, kind of like drop certain thing along the way. But when we break it into a 6-day learning like this, imagine one day, just 1.5 hour or 1 hour to 2 hour kind of thing. I give you one key message, one key learning. You implement it on your ads manager, and then come back and share with us your homework. We will give you feedback and all that. The next day, we're gonna learn another thing, and you're gonna do your homework. 6 days down the road, you'll become totally different Facebook advertiser. That's the beauty of it. And the whole idea is not just about learning to use Facebook. We're talking about how to build a 2-step funnel. Now, for those who are familiar with my methodology, I always advocate 2-step advertising, which is the first layer of advertising is to go out and reach your fresh audiences, whereby, you want to get people to really, those people who are interested in your product or services, you want to attract them. So these are the cold audiences, the cold advertisement. Now, when these people have taken action on your ad, but did not purchase or did not submit lead and all that, right? You want to use another ad to follow them, to remind them. So when you're able to do this kind of 2-step funnel framework, you'll change the way you do Facebook advertising entirely. So I'm going to do this in a 6-day thing to work with you, you see. So it's beautiful. Now, it's all live demonstrations. I can guarantee you, I don't do recorded because I'm that lazy to do recording. So everything is going to be live. So if you're my VIP, because there is another upgrade that you can go for VIP, you get to ask me questions every day right after the training, where we will actually go through and let you ask questions and all that, right? And then for VIP, we just decided VIP, you got extra 1-day learning, which is a seven day where we just gather all the VIP together and let you ask all the questions that you have, you see. So it's beautiful. So what are we going to learn here? Is first thing first, you see, this is something that a lot of people already not sure. I'm going to help you set up your business manager, right? This is the first and most important thing. You have to get it right, especially now. And Facebook is changing a lot of things here and there. You must really set up a business manager. So the first day, we're going to go through this thing and help you understand how to organize the assets inside Business Manager. It's super important. Okay, and then we also talk about Facebook Pixel. If you have a Facebook Pixel, we will go through the implementation together. And then after that, we will go through some combination of objectives for discussion. So one of the very important one is the traffic versus conversion. Now, traffic versus conversion is to drive traffic to the people who have, if you have website, this is very important. You need to understand the differences between these two. When are you supposed to use traffic? When are you supposed to use conversion? So this is where we actually go in-depth discussion, and we will set up a campaign using this. I'll show you a 2-step funnel framework using these two objectives. Then we also, along the way, we will discuss a lot about how do we find the right audience, what are the combinations available and all that, right? And we also go through about how do you write and design your ad. For those who are familiar with me, I'm always famous about something. I always like to tell people that, you see, I've been running ads for 10 years, 11 years now. And then I've managed and guided over 10 million in that spend. But when it comes to ads design and copywriting, I am always wrong. So what do you mean? You see, no matter how much you believe you understand your product or services, you can never understand how your audiences think. So a lot of times when we are designing the ad, right, the one that we believe is working may not work. So eventually, the methodology that we actually have developed over the years is that you have to let the numbers speak. However, I would share with you some of the things that you should or shouldn't do along the way inside this challenge. So we will also talk about how do we actually run Facebook lead generation campaign, which is very important if you are in the real estate industry, property industry. We have Yen watching, we have been working together for a very long time right now. So I specialize in lead generation. Over the years, I've generated almost more than 500,000 leads for my clients combined. So I have great insights that I can share with you over here. Okay, then definitely, it's always about how to design the 2-step funnel. And of course, eventually, when we are able to build a stable pattern, we want to look at how can we actually scale the campaign. You see, what I believe is this. You can call me lazy. I am a bit lazy. I'm the kind of person who wish to achieve a campaign that is stable and scalable. You see, you don't want to always needed to come back and look at what are the things that you need to do next, what are the changes that you need to implement and all that. Eventually, it takes up too much of your time, that you should be spending growing your business and a lot of other things here and there. You see, that's my motive in running any campaign. So I want to help you achieve stability and scalability in your Facebook ads campaign. So this is where we're going to discuss. So can you imagine what we're going to go through in these 6 days of live training? And to your surprise, you have no idea how much I'm pricing this. Okay, wait for 6 days live training. I'm only charging $9.99. That's US dollar, that's not ringgit. However, it's that cheap. Okay, so 6 days altogether. Okay, this is what we're going to go through. Every day we're going to spend an hour or so together to actually go through all these things together. And of course, if you're a VIP, you get to ask me questions. Although you are not a VIP, the group itself is already fantastic, because the people that we have already, a few of them already are watching this live with me. Thank you so much for tuning in, Nana, Margaret, and yeah, so basically, these are the people who are really eager to learn Facebook advertising, and you really want this community. You know why? Because learning a new skill, especially a complicated, slightly complex skill in like Facebook advertising, needs help. So when you have a community and a bunch of like-minded people to learn together, you will feel totally different. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you basically. But before we go off, I would like to answer questions. I have questions. Let me look at the questions. Now, okay, I pin this up. This is from Nana. Nana is my, already a 6DC member right now. Thank you for tuning in, Nana. Engagement objective. Is there possibility to gather sales by using this function? Well, yes and no. I really need to look at your campaign. Well, like for example, last time, if we talk about a long time ago, right? A lot of people use engagement because they get a lot of people to really PM and all that. But my argument is very simple. You can actually try, but I want my question to you is very simple. Out of these, let's say 100 PMs that you gather, how many of them have turned into a solid lead or even sales? You see, just now I was having a discussion with a car dealer. Okay, so for his case, right, getting engagement works for him. But another question would be, does it worth the time of you, needing to reply and all this kind of thing? I've got a couple. These couple are fantastic. They sell silver jewelry. Silver jewelry. So one of the objectives that they use a lot is really engagement because of their market that they are serving. These people kind of like not really into clicking the link and go over to their website and buy. So they still prefer something like conversation. So what we do here is that, okay, I understand that these are the people who likes to engage, but what we do here is we build a mechanism. So if you really want to do engagement where you will get a lot of PM liking and all that, or asking them to type certain keyword, you probably want to consider wire your page up with a Facebook Messenger chatbot, because that will help you solve your problem of, can you imagine the amount of work that you need to put in? Seriously, this couple, I really pity them. Why? Because even though they travel, they need to still look at the phone because that's bread and butter. But no choice. This is their market. But they're making good money, I must say. They're making good money. So if your question is like, if you are using engagement, is it possible to still get sales? Yes, it is possible. But you need to look at your combination, your product and your market, whether is this a suitable thing for you to do. Okay, thanks Nana for the question. I hope I answered your question. By the way, tune in tonight 10 o'clock. I have something interesting to share with you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, more questions. We do have some people watching on YouTube. You need to type, if I'm able to see you. So yeah, I don't see questions coming in. I think that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think this is what we're gonna have today. And tomorrow we're gonna go through the last part of the Facebook ads objective, which is the what was that? Conversion objectives. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. And really, if you are really looking at how, oh, by the way, let me post a link over here for me to join the 6-day challenge together with me. So this is the link that you can click, go in. By the way, for those who are not sure, the $9.99 offer is only for 24 hours, uniquely to every one of you. So if you don't sign up within the first 24 hours, then, this is it. You will have to definitely go for the next tier, which is $29.99. All right, thank you so much, Somia. Somia is from, if I'm not mistaken, where are you from? You're from Philippines or Indonesia? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you tonight in the 6DC group. Manfred, thanks, Manfred. All right, see you tonight. For those who are in my 6DC group. And I'll see you tomorrow if you're not. We have a question, how to sign up. That link, I just posted the link. Can you see that? Okay, if you can't, I post the link again. Can you see the link? It's already there. So I'm not sure if I can pin this. So that's the link. There you go. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. If you are watching this, if you are, watched up to now, remember, if you're on YouTube, smack the subscribe button. And if you're new to me, click on the like button on everywhere. See you tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.